First and foremost, free up me bumbleclot Don. I am your gracious host, Jimmy Hoffa. Big up yourself, Gaza Nation. Welcome back to another episode of the Vybz Kartel Show. Today, we got a very special one for you. We got the Don and the Boss. That's Busta Rymes and Vybz Kartel. And we're about to break it down to the patois illiterate. And I just gotta tell you, I was so excited. I was hyped about this because, Busta Rymes is the first concert I ever went to when I was a real young kid. The first live concert I ever went to was Busta Rymes. So that shit was crazy. And I'm a huge fan of hip hop and a huge fan of dancehall. And I already know from their previous songs how much the Boss and Busta Rymes rate each other and how good they sound on the track. So I was real excited for this one, and it doesn't disappoint. So without further ado, teacher, please begin.
Kartel is a mystery. Nancy, you can't fix it. Put my dick on your lipstick. Yeah, that shit kissed it.
Adi the Innocent begins the first verse by saying that Kartel is a mystery. We already know that to be a fact. He's like an enigma. People don't know how he does it. People don't know how he stays relevant in his situation. His whole persona, his whole career is a mystery, right? And then he says that not even Nancy Drew could fix it. And I haven't heard that name Nancy Drew in a long time. That's like a mystery. I mean, a detective woman. There used to be books about her, so she's like a fictional character, but like. My mother and my aunties and stuff, they used to read Nancy Drew mysteries, so that's how I even know about it. So that's a crazy reference. And then he said he's gonna put his dick on her lipstick. So this chick, she got lipstick on already, and she's ready to suck cocky. You know what I mean? She's about that life, right? So he said he put it on a lipstick. That's just a slick way to say he's about to get some head. And then he does the famous, a new type, but a famous haha Kartel laugh, and then he says she kissed it. So you know what I mean? If she had that Fenty lipstick on, then she's probably leaving some lipstick kiss marks on it. You know what I mean? So he's coming off already, bragging, getting slack with it.
Xerxes get victories. Bumbo Cole get dismissed. Conglomerates in business. Fuck boy wives and bitches.
Our great Gazalita then says that Xerxes gets victories, right? If anybody, I think he was in the movie 300, but Xerxes, right? He's I think he was the fourth king of like the Achaemenid Empire. It's like a Persian empire, right? But he's the fourth king, so he's giving you a little history lesson, but he's saying, Kartel and Busta Rymes, they're kings in their respective fields, and only kings get victories. And then he said, bumbleholes, right? Bumbleholes get dismissed. But I like the way that he rhymed that, because dismissed don't rhyme with victories, right? But now go back and listen to it, how he made that rhyme. That's some real skill right there. But he's saying, all the pussy hoes, man, the bumbleholes, they just get dismissed, right? We're kings, we don't even look at the peasants. And then he said conglomerates in business. Conglomerates is an old mafia term. It's one of my favorite terms, right? But Busta Rymes and his whole camp, they've always been the conglomerate. So he's giving a big up to Busta Rymes in that line. And then he said, we're fucking fuck boys, wives, and bitches. So they're fucking fuck boys' wives, and they're taking their side bitches too. So that's pretty messed up, man. You gotta have a lot of power to be able to take the side bitch too, dog.
She come back again like frisbee. Is a fling, so she miss me. My girl, Miss Ooh, Mississippi.
One Dawn, he had to bring it back. For those who are new to Kartel music, Kartel is always famous for his ad-libs. He has some of the most legendary ad-libs ever, like "awo," and then he had "oh." So he had like and then laughs. He had famous laughs, and like, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. So he came out with this new laugh right now. He forwarded with a new laugh, and that's how he started this line. It was crazy. And then he said, "She comes back again like frisbee." So then I was thinking, I'm like, it is possible to make a frisbee come back. You know what I mean? But like a boomerang. You know what I mean? But you have to have super skill in order to make a frisbee come back. But I guarantee I could prove it.
The Frisbee Boomerang BOGO, aka FBB.
Can make a frisbee come back. So then he said, it's a fling, so she misses me. So when you playing frisbee, you gotta fling it. So he's playing with words right there, and it was just a fling for him, you know what I mean? A one night stand, maybe beat it up a couple times, but she misses him. And then he said, my girl, Miss who? Mississippi. So right there, he's just literally, he enjoys making music so much. He's playing with words right there and seeing like if he can do stuff lyrically different than anybody else, and he's always testing himself, but it all makes sense. He's like, my girl, I don't miss you at all. He got mad other bitches, and he's like, the only thing I miss is Mississippi. You see what I'm saying? So it's just real slick, like real well thought out lines. That's just like, it's just showing you like he's on a different level than your regular average artist. You know what I mean? He's got a superior talent.
My mind is a District 9 restricted. IQ high with big split. Micro time is this.
The boss said that his mind is a district. So he's saying, his mind is just a huge intellectual piece of land, you know what I mean? And then he said District 9 restricted. You ever seen the movie District 9? That's a crazy movie. You gotta check that movie if you've seen it, because it's even more relevant nowadays. But I don't want to get off topic. But then he said, so his mind is a district, but it's District 9. It's restricted. Like none of us will ever be able to see into his mind, understand how he is constantly putting out music, how like music is his gift. And then he said high Q, high with a big spliff, right? So high Q, that's some fly talk right there, you know what I mean? But he said his IQ is high, right? With his he got the big spliff, you know what I mean? So he got that good marijuana, no Zaza, right? And then he said, it's my cruise time. Is this it? So he's like, is my verse already done, man? I want to keep going, but it's the cruise time. It's Busta Rymes time to get on the mic. But that whole verse is just crazy. This beat is crazy. And with that last line, we've reached the glorious chorus.
Shake it for the dawn. Get naked for the dawn. X-rated for the dawn. Best playlist for the dawn. Bumper so big. Like Megan Thee Stallion. Like Megan Thee Stallion. Like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yo, first off, this beat is crazy, right? When I first heard it, you remember Lil Wayne Lollipop? It kind of has that melody right there, but that's the only thing that has familiar with that. And then I like how Kartel and Busta, they switch off, right? So Busta said, he said, you got telling this girl, you gotta shake it for the dawn, you gotta get naked for the dawn, you gotta get X-rated for the dawn, and then you're the best playlist for the dawn, you know what I mean? Like there ain't no better playlist than this chick, right? And then he said her bumper is so big, so her ass is so big, like Megan Thee Stallion, right? And Megan Thee Stallion's bumper is serious, right? And then when it's Kartel's chorus, all he does is switch it up. It's shake for the boss, you know what I mean? And then he references Nicki Minaj. I think Meg Thee Stallion got a real bumper. Nicki Minaj's bumper looks real nice too, but I think Nicki Minaj's bumper, that's some Dr. Miami type shit. But the chorus is simple yet effective. It's fire, and this beat is crazy, and I like how they is well thought out. They switched it up, just subtly switched it up, but they kept it on the same whole scheme. Shit is very dope.
Bust rhymes are the champion. Would never find a better option. Me no wanna know your friend them. Somebody put this man like only you're not Italian.
Yo, Bust starts off the second and final verse by letting you know He's the champion sound, right? Busta Buzz, that's a real true Jamaican, you know what I mean? Hip hop, but straight real Jamaican. He's the champion. And then he said, you could never find a better option. There's no better option. He's been killing the game for 20 years plus.
Watch as I combine all the juice from the mind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind.
One of the people who changed hip hop 100%. It was him who changed hip hop, right? And then he said he don't want none of this girl's friends, right? So he don't want to deal with this chick's friends. The reason why though is because some of their pussies, they smell like onion and scallion, yo. And that line right there, I kind of fell out when I heard that line, and I'm like, dog, didn't Cardi B tell you bitches about pHing, right?
A lot of you bitches got that dry ass pussy because y'all pH balance is off. And you wanna know why? It's not because you born with it, it's because y'all keep fucking these dirty ass niggas.
You gotta pH that fucking pussy, make that shit smell right. So, yo, Busta Rhymes already, same way Kartel started the verse, he's coming off a little slack. They're keeping that same scheme if you pre it.
Come turn up with a champion. Gun barrel bigger than the Grand Canyon. And let me talk them a bad man. Make we get rid of all of who subtraction.
The Dragon, Busta Rhymes. Then he says, yo, come turn up with a champion. So he's saying, yo, telling these ladies, yo, come turn up with a real king, you know what I mean? And then he said, his gun barrel is bigger than the Grand Canyon. I don't know what type of artillery that Busta Rhymes got, but yo, if the barrel is bigger than the Grand Canyon, yo, I don't even want to see the millimeter sized bullets that's going in that barrel. But yeah, he's talking some braggadocio shit, right? And then he said all of his thugs, they're bad men, right? So all of his thugs, they're real. They've been keeping it real. Shout out Spliff Star, yo. Spliff Star's been holding Busta Rhymes down forever. And then he says, we'll get it. Don't make the bad men get rid of all of you, just like subtraction, right? Right down to zero, man. Your whole crew dead. Them dead.
Not glad we're going to get another Godzilla King Kong song. One word, boss, one rush done. Don't play with my money, not a fraction.
Busta Rhymes, the legend. Then he had to hit him with a little laugh. He said, eh. He almost did that old Kartel, right? So he said, blood clot, wagwan. So yo, what's going on, right? You guys are lucky enough to be getting another Godzilla and King Kong song, right? And I was like, yo, that line's dope, right? So tell me in the comment section, who you think is King Kong, who you think is Godzilla out of Busta Rhymes and Kartel. And then he said, there's only one world boss and there's only one Ross Don, right? So just speaking that fly shit, right? And then he said, don't play with my money, not even a fraction, right? Don't ever play. Both Kartel and Busta Rhymes are millionaires, so you already know they don't play with about their money, right? So don't play with it.
See that because of a reaction. Shot fire to your hear it, we don't know Boston. Do what we are that you will look bad. What was I alien? Me a Martian.
Busta Rhymes in the last line, he was talking about his money. He said, don't even play with a fraction of his money, right? So he said, because if you do, it'll cause a wrong reaction, and you don't want to see the outcome of that reaction. And then he said, shots will fly. You can hear it all the way down and where? So Busta Rhymes is from New York, right? I believe he's from Brooklyn, Flatbush, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you already know where I'm from. So yo, he shouted out my city. So he shouted out Boston. That was dope. I was real happy about that. I was excited. And then he said, both of them are gods that you look upon. And that couldn't be a truer statement. Yo, Busta Rhymes is literally one of the goats of hip hop. We already know Kartel's the king of dancehall. So you're looking at two gods. Don't play with them. And then he said, world boss is the alien and he's a Martian. So yo, just the flyest lines, you know what I mean? Kartel's the dancehall alien brain, and then Busta Rhymes, yo, how many famous songs that changed the game that Busta Rhymes had? Busta Rhymes is the hip hop Martian. So this song, I was so excited to hear it. And then when I finally heard it, when I woke up this morning, I was like, yo, this shit is fire. It never disappoints. And with that last line, we've reached the end of another Busta Rymes and Vybz Kartel, masterpiece. Big up to everyone in Gaza Nation. Always thank you for the support. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I won't take up any more of your time, so until we meet again, you already know, it's Gaza me say forever.
Share it for the boss, get naked for the boss, X-rated for the boss, best playlist for the boss, bumper so big, like Nicki Minaj, like Nicki Minaj, like Nicki Minaj.